Multiple children hurt. One, we're told, is in critical condition. Let's listen in now to Chief Brian Dugan.
If you look at the crime scene, you can see some shoes scattered and, backpacks and everything. You look at these kids last night, 12 hours ago, they were trick-or-treating. Now they're on their way to the hospital, and that's how quickly life can change for them.
Chief Dugan, can you give us another rundown of the basic information of what happened here?
Well, we had a car going eastbound from Nebraska on Bougainvillea. Kids were this morning, about 8 o'clock this morning. They were at the bus stop, and this car, we don't know if it lost control, if it did it on purpose, whatever, but it ran several of the children over. We have 5 people at the hospital. 3 of them are children, 2 are adults, and 1 of the children is in critical condition at this point.
Is he fleeing that scene in Nebraska? Do you think it's related?
What that is, and we have the fire chief, Nicholas Cicero, here, that was first responders coming to the scene. Nick, would you like to discuss any of that?
Yes, the scenes of this nature that the chief was describing are very, very chaotic, very, very dynamic, and requires a lot of resources. The scene at Nebraska up the street had to do with a resource unit that was coming to assist the main scene here. They were navigating through traffic, and there was an accident at the intersection. The accident pushed the rescue unit into a concrete traffic pole, and unfortunately one of the firefighters in the unit was rendered unconscious for a small period of time. All 3 parties that were involved, the driver of the vehicle that struck the rescue and the 2 persons in the rescue, were transported as a precautionary measure to the various hospitals, and we feel like they'll be fine in all aspects. It was an overabundance of caution. So that has been handled. The traffic issue has been handled by PD, and they've instituted that, and we're cooperating in every way with that.
So the wreck happened as your crew was making its way through the intersection with the vehicle?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
yes.
So maybe somebody didn't yield?
And that will be determined, yes. It is, Nebraska is heavy with traffic, and they were navigating through traffic at that point.
How many transports did you have to transport all the students, not only the students, but the parents?
From this scene here, I think the chief recounted. We had tabulated.
We had 3 children and 2 adults.
Yeah, we had 5 total,
from right here at this scene.
How many ambulances? About 2 or 3 ambulances you had to dispatch to transport them?
We as far as the dispatch, we probably had more coming. We pulled it off as a minimum of that because that's what we transported. But we also had more coming because we had the issue up the street. Again, it's a dynamic scene, and you need to make sure that you have the resources available.
I feel like this is a good time to remind people, especially during bus stop times, to drive slowly, carefully, and look where you're going.
Yeah, it's school time, and this weekend we're going to have a time change, and so we need to keep these things in mind. This time of the day, whether it's early in the morning, in the afternoon, kids are going to and from school, to and from the bus stop, and we need to be careful. We need to pay attention to what we're doing out there.
So charges pending?
Well, we have a lot more answers that we need, and so it's still under investigation. We will be providing an update later this afternoon as we know more. It's going to unfold, and as usual, these things are subject to change as our investigation continues.
And what goes through your mind when you get a call like this and you know that kids are involved, and it's a residential road, so clearly if people were driving the speed limit, it probably could have been prevented?
That's tough to call, but the first thing you think of is the kids. Yeah. The second thing you think of is the parents. And how would you put yourself in the shoes of these parents? Maybe they were on their way to work. Yeah. Maybe they just dropped their kid off and they're relying on someone else to watch their kid. And so that creates a lot of anxiety. I feel for the parents whose kids weren't involved in this. There's probably some anxiety for the parents whose kids are in school right now, and they're wondering whether their kid was involved in that.
Thank you.
Did he stop on his own?
I don't know. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Hi, guys. Yeah, so that was Chief Brian Dugan, as well as the fire chief out here investigating this. What we have, a bus stop crash. As we mentioned earlier, I'm going to have you guys take another look at the scene out here. You can see there's lots of shoes and backpacks and all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a few more details confirmed for you guys, and we will bring this back to you live coming up ahead in our next half hour.